Regular show is immortal, and I'm using the term immortal quite loosely here. Another word you could say would be timeless. Regular show is a rare show that can be enjoyed by everyone regardless of their age. It's one of the only shows that I watched as a kid, watched again a decade later as an adult, and actually enjoyed it just as much if not more. But how does regular show do this? How is it one of the only kids shows that somehow gets better as you age? Well, there's a few factors to this, but before we get to that, let's briefly discuss the regular show formula that makes the show lovable in the first place. The name of the game in regular show is escalation. Mordecai and Rigby have a problem, usually some minor inconvenience or chore they want to get out of. Then, being the slackers they are, they look for a solution that will do the work for them. These solutions are always too good to be true, and the rest of the episode will always deal with the pair trying to fix whatever mess they have caused upon themselves. They always find some crazy solution to the world-ending problem, and when they get snapped back to their normal world, they either learn nothing or find themselves with the same minor problem. Think about the chocolate cake they wanted but had to sacrifice for Skips, or Mordecai and Rigby not learning anything from rock, paper, scissors. These endings add to the comedic side of regular show, but the entertaining side comes from the wild journey we go through as the characters deal with an increasingly problematic scenario. This formula that nearly every episode follows is what made the show so lovable. The episodes were paced to perfection, and we would see complete conflicts and resolutions within just 11 minutes. The scenarios were also usually hilarious. So this is how regular show captivated us and became entertaining in the first place. But how is the show timeless? How is it one of the only cartoons that can be enjoyed by both kids and adults? To answer this, I've identified 3 key things regular show pulls off to perfection in addition to the show's basic formula, and these culminate in the show's appeal to all ages. The first thing we'll start with is regular show's beauty and simplicity. Regular show does this amazing thing where it takes adult concepts but then brings them down to a level where younger audiences can understand them. The amazing thing though is that despite the show dumbing concepts down, it never feels like it's insulting your intelligence as an adult. This is because the show always gives incredibly creative representations of these adult issues that make younger audiences understand them, but also entertain adult viewers since they see everyday things in a completely different light. My favorite example of this is from the first season, where the park is getting audited. Audits are an adult thing. Kids wouldn't know what an audit is, but the show presents the audit in an extremely entertaining way. If the park doesn't comply with the audit, then everything will get taken away, and once the deadline is reached, things turn into cyberspace and start disappearing. This simple but creative representation bridges the gap between the viewers of different ages since they can understand the stakes, but older viewers can also appreciate the art. There are so many other examples of this in the show, but the key point is regular show makes foreign concepts palatable for children, but it also keeps the concepts entertaining and fresh for older viewers through its sheer creativity. The second factor I will talk about is regular show's use of the homage. Regular show quotes lots of other movies, shows, games, and just general stuff from the 80s and 90s. You can definitely see J.G. Quintel incorporating the things he grew up with in the show. Similar to the point I just made, regular show uses these homages in a brilliant way by adding to them, and this adds an originality to these otherwise familiar concepts. Regular show might reference a movie like Bloodsport or Over the Top in an episode literally called Over the Top, but it will make these references tasteful, and it will add its own flair to them so it doesn't feel like a copy and paste. The stick hockey tournament is a great example of this, as you have the retro 80s Bloodsport feel, but it's seen in a more comedic light that still retains the intensity of the source material. These tasteful uses of references make Regular Show resonate with older audiences who understand the quotes the show is doing. This adds an additional layer of sophistication to Regular Show, while also making the show seem like an inside joke that you are a part of if you understand the references. The last component of Regular Show's immortality that we will discuss is the censorship. Usually censorship ruins art. It prevents the creators from carrying out their vision. But in Regular Show's case, the censorship was a blessing in disguise. Regular Show plays with the censors, and like with everything else, it uses its creativity to its maximum potential. Adult issues are portrayed in a way that can bypass the censors, but the adults watching can still relate to the issues being shown. The most famous example is probably the wings or sodas that represent alcohol, or the Mississippi Queen that just results in the characters going on a massive trip. Whatever stipulations were put on Regular Show to cater to regulations actually helped the show in becoming a wittier series. The show made an art out of not crossing the line, but getting pretty damn close to it. Censorship, in addition to the other factors I mentioned, such as the simplicity and use of the homage, combined with the addictive formula of the series, cemented Regular Show's ability to be immortal. Regular Show is one of the greatest series ever made, and for many, myself included, it was the best thing that came out of Cartoon Network. The stoner humor, beautiful animations, and all of the other elements that I mentioned in this video created a perfect mix for a show that can transcend ages. And while I'll never be a 10-year-old watching TV after school while having bagel bites again, I know what you're thinking, yes, pizza rolls are better, I'm enlightened now, I will still have enthusiasm for when this show comes on. But those are just my thoughts on Regular Show. Let me know what you think in the comments below. These videos take a long time and I'm a one-man band over here, so your support really means a lot. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.